Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about something that Wargaming released yesterday on Gamescom. So they released news of an upcoming new big thing in the game world of tanks, namely the wheeled vehicles. And in the video we can see a French vehicle, and at the front, on the lower plate, you can see the letters Panhard. Well, let me say that Panhard EBR is an existing French vehicle. So Wargaming didn't make up any vehicle, it is a real existing vehicle. And in this video I want to tell you a little bit more about the real Panhard EBR. And EBR stands for Engin Blindé de Reconnaissance, or in English, Armored Reconnaissance Vehicle. The Panhard EBR is an armored car designed by Panhard for the French army and later used across the globe, notably by the French army during the Algerian War and the Portuguese army during the Portuguese colonial war in Angola, Mozambique. The EBR is an 8x8 wheeled reconnaissance vehicle designed before the Second World War, but with production only commencing afterwards, with over 1200 vehicles being manufactured after 1954. While being lightly armored, the EBR was armed with a 90mm FL-11 or a 75mm cannon known as the FL-10 or the L/48 in a novel oscillating turret and supported by up to 4 7.5mm machine guns, one coaxial, one operated by the driver, one by the co-driver and one by the commander, though the latter has not found on all EBRs. The EBR had a crew of 4, including 2 in the turret, and was powered by 200 HP and 150 kilowatt 6-liter 12 HD horizontally opposed air-cooled 12-cylinder engine with dual carburetors and 6.6 0.1 compression, enabling it to run on low-octane petrol. Based on Panhard's 2-cylinder automobile engine, it was mounted under the floor of the fighting compartment, which had the unfortunate effect of requiring the turret to be removed to conduct major engine repairs. Designed in 1951 by Panhard, OBE used a symmetrical front and rear with 2 driver's positions. The armored hull is mounted on an 8-wheel drive with 4 inner metal wheels, which can be raised for driving on the road. The 4 central wheels have aluminium rims with steel grouses separated by rubber blocks. With all 8 wheels deployed, ground pressure is only 0.7 kilograms per 1 square centimeter. The 1954 model improves armaments with a lengthened 75mm barrel, giving a muzzle velocity of 1000 meters per second. Finally, the 1963 version further strengthens firepower with a 90mm gun. So let's have a look at the characteristics of the Panhard EBR. The crew exists of 4 men, 1 vehicle commander, 1 gunner, 1 driver and 1 rear driver. The length is 6.15 meters, the width is 2.42 meters and the height is 2.24 meters. The weight with all the combat parts on it is 13 tons, and the engine has 200 horsepower. The range is 630 kilometers. The road top speed is 105 kilometers an hour. The tanks have 380 liters of fuel with them, and the fuel consumption is 50 liters at 100 kilometers. The ammunition existed of 56 rounds of 75mm and 43 rounds for the 90mm gun. And if we have a look at the weaponry, we have a main armament, that's the version 1951. Consists of 1 Cannon 75mm SA-49 with a velocity of 600 meters per second. Then the main armament version 1954 was 1 Cannon 75mm SA-50 with a velocity of 1000 meters per second. Then we have the main armament version 1963. That's 1 Cannon 90mm model D921/F1 with a velocity of 750 meters per second. And the secondary armament were 3 machine guns of 7.5mm. So which cannon or cannons is Wargaming going to take for the Panhard EBR? Well, we don't know exactly for the moment. They have some choices. If they go for the version 1954, then for the real thing we can see that it was a Canon 75mm SA-50 with a velocity of 1000 meters per second. If we go look in the game right now, we have the Bat Chatillon 12T, and the second gun on that vehicle is the Canon, the 75mm velocity 1000 meters per second. So that could be a possible gun for the Panhard EBR. Or they could just use the 75mm SA-49 for the real tank. That was the model 1951. Well, in game they have the same exact gun, the 75mm SA-49 with a velocity of 600 meters per second. They have that on the Tier 7 light tank AMX 1375. So that gun is also a possibility. And on that same vehicle, the MX 1375, is also the 75mm SA-50. So that's the in real life the version 1954. So that's also a possibility. And in real life we have that model 1963 90mm, the D921/F1. Well, that is a gun that is not yet in the game. So, or Wargaming is going to create a new gun, especially for the Panhard EBR, or they can use the 90mm D919 that is currently on the ELC even 90. But they could also choose for the 90mm F3M. That is the second gun that is currently on the AMX 1390. So yeah, Wargaming has lots of possibilities, or they can use these guns that are already in the game, or they will create the exact same gun as in real life, the 90mm model, the 921/F1 with a velocity of 750 meters per second. One thing is for certain, before we know anything for sure, we are not going to throw specifications for those guns at your heads. What you heard right now is just basically everything about the real tank, and the most important thing, I think, is that Wargaming didn't fantasize. They didn't give us a tank, or they are not going to give us a tank that is not real. The Panhard EBR is, or was, a very real tank, and that is always nice in a game like World of Tanks, of course. Alright, now you guys know everything about the Panhard EBR in real life. You know a little bit of what Wargaming could do in the game for the guns. That is, we will see later. The moment we have more information about this new wheeled vehicle, we will make a new video and get you guys informed. Alright, thanks for watching and see you all later. Bye bye.